have to fix my hair every time. Sorry. Don't be mean.
I'm not mean.
Hold on, sure.
Hi, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
This is our review of
The Walking Dead.
The Best Defense.
In the cooperative game Walking Dead, The Best Defense, players are trying to survive for 12 rounds against a horde of zombies, while protecting their resource decks at each of the 4 locations. In the box you'll find 100 resource cards, 25 for each 4 type, equipment, ammo, food, and ally, 48 event cards, approximately 70 tokens, 6 character cards, 6 character pawns, 4 pawn bases, 4 location tiles, 9 ulterior motive cards, 3 white dice, 1 black die marked 1 to 3, 1 badge of leadership, 1 round tracker and token, and the rulebook. Survive 12 rounds of zombie infestation while protecting your resources, and you win.
Here's how to set up. Each player chooses a survivor, places the character pawn on their base, makes the 4 location tiles face down, and then place them in a 2x2 grid and then flip them face up. Grab a resource card from each one and randomly place one on each side of the locations. Take the corresponding cards, shuffle them, and place them on top of their respective card. Make 5 piles of ammo, allies, food, hit points, and walkers, and place them on the side of the board. Each player rolls a black die and places that many zombie tokens on the tile closest to them. Now each player rolls the white die, and the highest roll gets a badge of leadership token and places it in front of his character card. Each survivor starts with 2 allies, 2 food, and 5 hit points. Place those tokens on the character cards in their respective slots. Each survivor then draws 1 card from the equipment deck. If you drew a ranged weapon, you will read a start of game load. Place that many ammo on your weapon. Place the round tracker marker on round 1, and you're now ready to defend.
At the start of each round, the leader will read out loud his leader ability on the character card, and then you deal 2 event cards to each player. Now the leader will act first. His turn consists of 4 steps: movement, draw, trade, and play, both his event cards. As the leader, it's your responsibility to move each survivor should you choose to. You may move a survivor 1 space to an adjacent tile, but never diagonally. Check to see what your event cards say, and move your survivors away from danger since you'll have to play both those cards at the end of your turn. After movement is done, the leader may draw 1 card from the resource deck at his current location. This is optional, as you may not want to draw from it if the deck is low. At any point, if the resource deck is depleted in any location, the survivors lose. If you're at a location with another survivor, you may trade in this 3rd phase. And the last step of the leader turn is to play both his event cards and apply its effects.
Now play resumes to the other player's turn in clockwise order from the leader. Here, the players will perform all these steps before moving on to other players. Defy, draw, trade, and play 1 of the event cards. In the defy phase, the player may choose to discard a food to move to an adjacent location. Then the player may draw a resource from that deck at his location, may trade, and then will have to choose which of his event card to play. Only the leader has to play both his event cards. Then play proceeds to the next player, doing all these phases in order again until all players played. We then move on to the combat phase.
Here, each player chooses the weapon they'll use for this combat in their location. If you choose a ranged weapon, you need to remove an ammo from it and can only spend 1 ammo per combat. The number of white dice you'll roll is indicated in the bullet on the weapons card. Roll that many dice, add the result together, and every multiple of 5 will kill or remove a zombie token at that location. Survivors with ranged weapons at the same location will add their results together, increasing the chances of taking out more zombies. We then move to the end of the round.
Each zombie on the board will deal 1 damage. They will deal their damage to survivors first, in which case each affected survivor will lose a hit point from their character cards. Survivors will discuss how to allocate damage between survivors at that location. If no survivors remain, the zombies will deal damage to the resource deck at that location. For each damage they deal, remove the top card of the deck. Once damage allocation is done, Players can choose to heal themselves. Each survivor that has less than 5 hit points can discard 1 food to regain a health. Then move the round token up and pass the badge of leadership to the player to the left of the current leader, and play continues. Tough out 12 rounds with none of the resource decks depleted, and you win.
The game is actually pretty good, better than their previous release. You have a little more control on where you want to go, and you get to make more strategic choices. Each game we played really came down to the wire. It's a good mix of strategy and luck. You really gotta work together to get the upper hand on the luck aspect of the game. Some die rolls will mean the difference between you living or dying. Trading is as important as surviving. Your friend will run out of ammo and you'll need to trade some of yours to stay alive. It's easy enough to teach and get into. The character cards have turn summary on them and they each have their own special ability. The map and decks are placed randomly, which makes every game different and adds to replay value. The production quality is good, but we would rather have seen the comic book art instead of TV screenshots. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and easy to learn co-op games, then you should look into this one. We're giving The Walking Dead Best Defense 7.5 zombie parts out of 10.